Something went wrong this week. Not catastrophic, just hard. And you told everyone about it, immediately, dramatically, in detail. If you can't hold discomfort without broadcasting it, you're not strong. You're fragile. Here's what nobody's telling you. The strongest men you know carry weight you never see. Not because they don't feel it, because they don't need you to witness their endurance to validate it. By the way, this isn't about hiding pain. Hiding pain creates sickness. What I'm going to show you is how restraint creates power. The Japanese had a discipline for this, not suppression, not performance. Dignified endurance, Gaman, the ability to carry hardship without collapsing into it, to feel everything without letting chaos control your presence. By the end, you'll apply this once tomorrow, face one hard thing without announcing it, endure one discomfort without seeking relief, and you'll feel what sovereignty actually is. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why broadcasting struggle is destroying your authority, and how silent strength creates psychological dominance. If this already feels necessary, you belong here. Consider subscribing and walk this path with the Last Ronin. Yesterday, something frustrated you. Minor thing. Shouldn't have bothered you as much as it did. But it did. And within minutes, you were venting to a friend. Online, in your head on repeat, not processing, broadcasting. And the moment you started talking about it, something shifted. The frustration got bigger, louder, more real. Because you fed it attention and language and an audience. Notice how often you do this. You've been externalizing discomfort for so long, you think it's how you handle it. This morning, something stressful came up. First impulse. Tell someone. Not because you need advice, because carrying it alone feels unbearable. So, you share the stress immediately. And for a moment, it feels lighter. But it's not lighter. It's just distributed. And now, instead of building your capacity to hold it, you've reinforced that you can't. You do this constantly. Bad day at work, vent, relationship tension, process out loud, uncertainty about the future, share the anxiety, not occasionally, compulsively. And you think this is healthy communication, it's not. It's emotional dependency disguised as openness. Right now you're carrying something, some weight, some worry, some friction, and you're already planning who you'll tell about it. Notice that impulse, that need to externalize discomfort the moment it arrives. This is the mechanism that keeps you weak. You're not building endurance. You're outsourcing it. Every time you broadcast struggle, you're training your nervous system. I can't handle this alone, and your nervous system believes you. So your tolerance shrinks until minor discomfort feels like crisis, until everyday friction feels unbearable, until you need constant emotional support just to function normally. You've been confusing expression with strength for so long, you've forgotten what actual resilience looks like. This is where you get stuck. The Last Ronin walked through exile with his grief silent. Not because he didn't feel it, because broadcasting it would have weakened him. Loss, isolation, hunger, uncertainty. All of it carried privately, not repressed, held. You think that is cold? It is not. It is Gaman, dignified endurance. The discipline of maintaining composure when life attempts to fracture you. This is where most men misunderstand restraint. They think it is about not feeling. It is about not collapsing into what you feel. The Ronin felt everything. Rage, grief, doubt, exhaustion. But he refused to let those feelings dictate his presence. Right now, you are doing the opposite. Every emotion gets immediate expression. Happy, announce it. Frustrated, broadcast it. Tired, make sure everyone knows. Your internal state is always on display. And you think that is authenticity. But it is not authenticity. It is lack of containment. Anion can stand tall when life is gentle. Gaman is revealed when the storm refuses to pass. The Ronin didn't advertise his suffering, not to appear strong, because silence amplifies strength. When you carry weight without announcing it, people sense the capacity. When you endure hardship without collapsing, respect forms automatically, not because you performed toughness, because toughness was demonstrated through restraint. If this is already naming something you feel, stay with me, because in 2 minutes, I am going to show you exactly how to rebuild emotional sovereignty. You've tried to be open. You've tried to express everything, and it made you weaker not because openness is wrong, because you confused openness with inability to self-regulate. Your brain is wired to seek relief, not strength. Relief when discomfort arrives. Your nervous system wants it gone. Fast and modern culture gave you a solution. Express it, share it, get validation for feeling it, instant relief. Watch what happens. Something goes wrong. You immediately tell someone, they sympathize. That is so hard. You don't deserve that. Your brain, dopamine, relief, validation received, but nothing actually changed. You didn't build capacity, you borrowed comfort. And now your tolerance is even lower than before. Someone challenges you at work, your brain, this feels bad, find relief. So you vent to a colleague. To your partner, online, and the venting feels productive, but it is not processing, it is rehearsing. You are not resolving the feeling, you are amplifying it through repetition. You've done this today already, none of this is building you. It is keeping you dependent on external comfort. And your brain reinforces it, because every time you externalize discomfort, you get short-term relief. But long-term, you are training fragility, teaching your system, I can't hold this, I need help. I need someone to witness this. So your baseline tolerance drops. Minor friction feels major. Normal stress feels overwhelming. Everyday discomfort requires immediate intervention. And the more you broadcast struggle, the more your presence weakens. Because people sense it. Not consciously, but they feel it. The instability, the need, the collapse into emotion, and respect quietly withdraws. Not because you are struggling. Everyone struggles, because you can't hold it with dignity. Stay with me. This changes how tomorrow works. Here is what the Ronin understood that you don't. Endurance is not about eliminating discomfort. It is about expanding your capacity to hold it without collapsing. That is Gaman, not suppression. Containment, here is the law. Feel it, hold it, don't broadcast it. Not forever, not with everything. But start with one thing. One discomfort you carry privately today, feel it fully, but don't externalize it. This is the shift that rebuilds emotional sovereignty. You can't do this yet because your nervous system is trained to seek immediate relief. Every hard feeling triggers the impulse to share, to vent, to process out loud, to get validation that it is hard. The Ronin trained differently. Discomfort arrives. He acknowledges it internally, holds it, continues moving, not numb, present, not repressed, contained, not avoiding the feeling, refusing to collapse into it, until private endurance became automatic, until his presence stayed stable regardless of internal turbulence. Here is how you start. Tomorrow, not eventually tomorrow, something will frustrate you. Minor thing, daily friction. And your first impulse will be to tell someone, don't feel the frustration fully. Let it exist in your body. But don't externalize it. No venting, no broadcasting, no seeking validation. Just hold it for 2 hours. After 2 hours, if you need to process it, do, but chances are, by then, it is already resolved. That is 1 rep of Gaman, and in those 2 hours, something shifts, not comfort. Capacity, you realize you can hold more than you thought, and that realization is power. Frustration, something goes wrong. Minor setback, old pattern, immediately vent, text someone, post about it, seek sympathy. New pattern, feel it. Name it internally. I'm frustrated. Then hold it. No broadcast. The frustration passes faster because you're not feeding it attention. Stress, high pressure situation, everything's urgent. Old pattern, express the stress constantly. I'm so overwhelmed. This is too much. New pattern, acknowledge it privately, then work through it without announcing your state. People respect the composure more than they'd sympathize with the broadcast. Disappointment, something didn't work out. You're genuinely hurt. Old pattern, share it widely, get comfort from others, rehearse the pain. New pattern, sit with it, feel it completely, process it privately first, then, if necessary, share with one person you trust, but only after you've held it yourself. Fatigue, you're exhausted, drained, old pattern, make sure everyone knows. I'm so tired, constant broadcasting of your state. New pattern, rest without announcing it, recover without performing exhaustion. Your energy returns faster when you're not advertising depletion. Conflict, someone upset you, it's still bothering you. Old pattern, vent immediately, tell multiple people, replay it endlessly. New pattern, feel the anger, hold it for 24 hours without expressing it, then decide if it still needs addressing. Most of the time it doesn't. Here is what changes when you stop broadcasting discomfort. Your tolerance expands, your presence stabilizes, your authority increases. Old, you needed external validation for every hard feeling. New, you holds discomfort privately and resolves it internally. Old, you collapsed into emotion and required rescue. New, you feels everything without letting it dictate your presence. Old you is emotionally transparent to the point of fragility. New you is emotionally sovereign. This isn't emotional repression. This is Gaman, regulated endurance. Almost no one operates this way anymore. A tree that bends in the storm but doesn't break. A mountain that endures winter without complaint. People sense it before they understand it. You don't broadcast struggle anymore. Don't collapse into emotion. Don't need constant witnessing. You just endure. With dignity, and that creates a presence that commands respect automatically. Something hard happens and you handle it without performance. Someone challenges you and you respond without emotional flooding. They'll ask, "How do you stay so composed?" You won't have a dramatic answer. You just stopped needing others to validate your endurance. That is it. Feel it, hold it. Don't collapse, repeat. Until dignified endurance became automatic. Until your presence stayed stable regardless of circumstance. That is Gaman. And once you have it, hardship stops controlling you, because your strength is no longer dependent on comfort. It is forged through restraint. The Last Ronin doesn't broadcast his burden, he carries it with dignity. Not because he's cold, because he understands that silent endurance creates unshakable presence. You've seen now what most men avoid, that emotional sovereignty isn't found in expression, it's forged through dignified restraint. If you're ready to walk this path, the work continues here. Subscribe and train with the Last Ronin. The unshakable version of you isn't built through comfort, it's forged through silent endurance.